Welcome back to Lighting Literacy. I'm Ashley Valencia Pate, and in today's video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a class app using Google Slides. We use this in a literacy and assessment course for our tutors so that they could create a dashboard for families that they had control over and that would not be able to be edited by a student. Not that our students would do anything malicious or mischievous, but sometimes people click on things and they get deleted or moved, and then they no longer function the way we want them to. So to streamline the process, we used this class app template to make all of the applications we're going to use within a tutoring session in one place, including using a Zoom link, invite link with it embedded so that our students just clicked on the link and they were able to go straight to the session if they were on an iPad. If they were on a computer, then usually they just clicked on it from an email, and we didn't have as many problems since browsers usually remember that Zoom ID. So join me today, follow along, pause it as you need, and feel free to leave any questions in the comments. To begin creating our class app, open a Google Slideshow, then navigate to File, Page Setup. We're going to go to Custom and make our dimensions 9x14. This will make our class app look like a regular application whenever our families open it on a phone. Then title it with whatever you prefer to be called, app, or if you want to say like Spring 24 Tutoring or whatever else, that's completely up to you. We are going to keep the design elements of this app today pretty simple just because I want to honor your time and make sure that it's streamlined for you. I am going to use 4 buttons. I'm going to create a circle and then just copy the shape. Make sure you use the guidelines, these little red lines, to organize your shapes to where it looks just nice and professional. We're going to type into the shapes whatever it is we want it to be. So I am going to have a calendar and applications, and then supplies and contact. Then that's really tiny, and remember it's going to be even smaller on a phone, so we're going to change our fonts. Not that big. 30 looks right, so I'm going to change all of these to 30. And this is like a me thing. I like for all of them to be the same. So since this one had to go down to 26, this one is 2. So now that that is done, we're going to add some kind of image to each of these buttons to show what it is. This is helpful for our English language learners, our newer students who are just learning how to read, and you can either hand draw, you can use clip art, you can do whatever you want to make those images. You can also go to insert image and search the web. So calendar, I'm going to do calendar ping, hopefully I can pull up something that is going to work really nicely. So let's see this. All right, cool. A little calendar. I like to use the App Store button for this one. Just think that it's a really familiar icon that most people understand what it's going to be. And then we're going to do the same thing for our supplies and for our contact. Now that I have all of my buttons done, I'm going to resize them just a little bit to make them fit better. And then we are going to make a slide for each of these buttons. So we're going to do a new slide. On our calendar slide, bring that same icon down. And then you can put, hopefully you're not meeting at 7 o'clock, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. or whatever times that you're meeting. You, again, have complete design control over what this looks like. Just make sure that it's legible for your family. And then same thing for applications. What applications do you need them to use? Put those icons on here and go ahead and embed the link to the website. So if you are tutoring via Zoom, then you can go ahead and make a button again, like we did earlier for your Zoom. Actually, I couldn't find the one I wanted, so I'm going to steal it from my finished one. And I have my Zoom link on there. So you keep doing this, and then we're going to add a home button to the bottom of each of these screens. So we're going to hop over to look at a finished one, and then I'm going to explain a few more formatting things that you need to know in order to really make it work. So this one has already been finished. I have each of my little icons, and then each of these pages are already made. When I make each of these, I added a little home icon that will always go back to that first screen. Then on these, you're going to use Control K and link it to whatever unique URL you have for that application. So once you have all of that done, we have an overlaid rectangle that is going to prevent it from functioning like a slideshow and make all of your buttons work. And the way you do that is you go to Shape, pick a rectangle, drag it to where it's overlapping the size of the app, and then make sure your line has a color so that you can see it. But we want this to make it for our buttons that we've linked to whatever slide that's on. So our calendar button, the little icon is linked to slide 3. The shape itself, you use Control K, you can type in slides in this presentation and select whatever slide corresponds to that. And then we have our home button. This way, when they click on it in a slideshow, whenever it's on their phone, it will be in this mode. It'll look like this. We want our buttons to work, but we don't want them to be able to navigate with the arrows. It kind of defeats the whole aesthetic and the vibe if we do that. Okay, our next step is we're going to create a link for our families. And when we create the link, we're going to manipulate what's in the URL to make it fit the phone. So go to Share, and then Copy Link, and then I paste it right here. We are going to, right after this edit, where this question mark is, we're going to delete it and type preview question mark RM equals minimal. Okay. Next, we can take this link and go to something like tinyurl, and then paste our link, and then have whatever alias we want instead. So it could be tutoring app, Miss Phoebe. And then we can copy it. You can do a QR code if you want to give them a little QR. It doesn't matter. And then when they go to download it, they are going to use that tiny URL. Then on an Apple device, they will open it in Safari, click click Share, and then add it to the home screen, and then that will make it function like an app. And then on an Android, they're going to type it in their browser, 3 dots, add to home screen. And then you have an app that you can update every week if you need to replace applications, or say you want to do a word sort in it, so you need to put that on the apps. And that way your tutee can just click on whatever it is they need and be able to follow along with you as you tutor them. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I appreciate you coming and visiting Lighting Literacy today. Thank you.